Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Good morning. You know, I woke up to the commentary that one of the commentators was saying that the only reason that Hunter beat all those guys in South Carolina is because his Marine son has been there for a week. Well, I looked down at that army of consultants. Everybody who was vertical in South Carolina was hired by the other guys, and I said, you know, that's a pretty good matchup. One Marine versus 550 consultants. We did have the advantage. And Duncan, if you're listening to me right now, you know there's a couple of boxes still out. We've got about 5 more votes to get, and we may even win this thing, and pull just ahead of Mr. Giuliani. You know, this is a great place to start, because we're just a couple of miles away from Arlington Cemetery right now. And about an hour ago, the first rays of sunlight hit the Stars of David and crosses in Arlington Cemetery and started to illuminate this great country. And when they did, they illuminated what I call the arsenal of democracy. And that's our plants and facilities and manufacturers who make things in this country and who helped to carry us to victory 3 times in the last century in winning this war, the war for freedom for not only the United States but for the world. That's our ability to make things, our ability to produce. You know, in World War II, we made 100,000 plus tanks. We made 41,000 minutes in their plant in Michigan. Well, let me tell you, the arsenal of democracy is being fractured and sent across the world. And as chairman of the Armed Services Committee, a couple of years ago when the roadside bombs started to hurt our troops in Iraq, and I sent our teams out to find some high-grade armor steel to protect our troops on our Humvees, I found one company left in this country that could still make high-grade armor steel. And when a company in Switzerland cut off the guidance devices for maybe our most important weapon system, that's our smart bombs, we found one company left in America that could still make that tiny guidance system for smart bombs. So the arsenal of democracy can largely be found today in places like Beijing and Paris and Korea and Japan. But that great arsenal that carried our troops to victory, that carried Eisenhower's forces to victory in Berlin, and carried our forces across the Pacific and drove the Japanese back to the mainland, World War II, and yes, carried us to victory in the Cold War. It was the strength, the industrial strength behind Ronald Reagan's peace through strength policy that helped win the Cold War. That arsenal is being fractured. And let me tell you one reason we're losing it. We're losing it largely because China is cheating on trade. And they're buying ships and planes and missiles with billions of American trade dollars. And let me tell you how they're doing it. If this podium was made in China and exported to us here in the United States and it was $100, when it goes down to the water's edge to be exported to us, the government of China walks over and gives its exporter all their taxes back. Something we can't do under the trade law we signed, incidentally. They give them back $17, all their VAT taxes, so the cost of this is now down to $83. When we send the same product over to them, they give us